Hi everybody, it's Bonkai922. Um, Here to bring you I'll bring you guys again. Oh yeah, History's Strongest Disciple, Kenichi, recent chapter. That fairy tale chapter was really good. I have to say that again. I have to say that again. I have to say that again. Mavis, unbelievable. Anyway, moving on. Kenichi, History's Strongest Disciple, Kenichi, chapter 495. This one was called, I believe, Combination. Yes, Combination. Now, we left off where we left off from last week. Lu is fighting Takeda, and they're basically. It seems like this fight is going to get really serious really quick right now. Because Lu is basically egging on Takeda, saying maybe you should use your full strength to fight me, your full power to fight me. And that's when Takeda, he shows off that he had a it was like one of those Goku moments. Maybe not. I want to say a Goku moment, but it was definitely a moment because what happened was he unbuttoned his shirt, Takeda, and he had a I don't know if real boxers do this. He had like a contraption. Thing on. I think what Lou called it was a secret boxing forced cast. And when he took it off, it was like his arms like grew. It was like boom, boom. Yeah, his arms grew and got really big, and he just was like buff, buff, yeah, so ridiculous. So, and then he basically he's basically saying he can go all out, and he starts wailing on Lou, and it seems like he's really fast, Takeda, but Lou can apparently read all the movements by listening to the sounds and vibrations of his muscles. Like, what the fuck? You know? And that's Lou's reasoning for able to dodge him. And then he says, I'll make a lot of useless noise to deceive you. And then we see Siegfried and Miyu, they are concerned. They're watching this fight like saying, don't be careful, Takeda. This is not guys playing you for a fool. And he gives a couple of shots, and he says, for some reason, to Takeda, it feels weird hitting him. And apparently when he hits him, what is happening is he's reading his movements by the vibrations off his skin. Very weird. Very, very weird technique that this guy Lou is doing. And at least that's the explanation we're given. And then he's saying, like, I think Siegfried said counter of the Tibet Menguruma. It's the same as my counter. He read his movement at point blank range. And he says he could catch the signals from muscles release when people use them. And apparently he is just blocking one blow after another, and he's basically saying, I'm not strong despite being blind. This is Lou saying, I'm strong because I am blind. So that's his explanation of that. And we also hear, he says, you can't get a clean hit on me since I condense the direction of your thrust at the last moment. So basically, what Lou is doing, he is reading his movements at the very last moment. And Miyu tells him that the masters can sense that kind of signals to an extent as well. So the same thing that Lou is doing, apparently the masters of Rizonpaku can do the same thing to an extent. They can sense someone's movements by the vibrations of their muscles. So that's what Mia is basically telling Kenichi about. And then they continue fighting, and Takeda's like saying, I'll just hit it so hard and fast that you won't be able to. You can try, but I catch you even once, you're done. He's saying, and that's what Lou's saying. He's saying, if I catch you once, you're going to be done. Then we got Sakaki back into the headquarters, and after beating up a bunch of fucking people, noticing that, he can't find the guy they're looking for, he senses a silent but powerful aura, and saying that it's the same time free of ignorant arrogance, not something you feel so often. And he says, I finally find Shinzai Okada. Boom, it's not him. It's Kisame. It was misleading. And they're saying that he isn't here, he's not in his castle. And that's when we see the conclusion of this fight with Takeda. And it seems like, well, not conclusion, I should say, the moving on of it. And Lou's basically saying that if you were fighting anybody else, if you were fighting Berserker, if you were fighting Odin, you probably would have won. But it is, or Atlantis, it is just misfortune that you would have fought me in this battle. And he's also saying that it's a shame that you haven't joined Yomi with us. You would have been a good acquisition. And he grabs his arm. Seems like he's going to hit him. And he powers out of it, Takeda, and he says it was just, and then Lou's just saying it was a bad combination. You're a boxer and I'm a submission man. Someone who only uses hand blows in the perfect target for a person like me. I will eventually catch you and destroy you. And then he says, maybe. And then here comes Takeda with his left arm. And Takeda's basically saying it's true that, as you said, my movements got slower because I was protecting my left arm. To use it. And he's like saying, remembering what his set master said, was his basically use every arsenal that I can, even my own trauma, as a weapon. And then he's just, and then he ends it by saying, who was the catcher here? So he basically, and it says, ready to get hurt to cause even more damage, the enemy, Takeda gives up his left arm to use a desperate attack. Next time, color page and an important announcement. And Kenichi's like saying, how reckless. And that's where it ends. So, Obviously, Takeda's fight with Lou, it seemed like he was in a jam, Takeda, but now it seems like he's getting out of that jam. See, the whole reasoning was that he wasn't able, he couldn't fight Lou with his full potential. So, yeah. So he couldn't fight Lou with his full potential. So, because of that, he was losing. But now that he can use his left arm, it seems like he's going full force, Takeda, in defeating Lou. Now, I think this one, I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5, definitely. This has so far been an interesting battle between Takeda and Lou, and it's gonna be a real interesting thing how this concludes. How he's able to defeat him and get out of this jam. Because there was some scenes where it was suggested that maybe Takeda was going to lose. And now it seems like he's going to come through and possibly win this fight. Now, we have to wait and see, though. Who knows? But Kenichi's been getting very interesting. I mean, we only got... This is what, 495? One more... A couple of more. Just like, let's see. 4 more. Until 500. And you know how 500 is in mangas. They get very huge. So, we shall see. But that's pretty much what happened in this chapter. Thoughts? I thought it was pretty good. Like to see more of this. I want to see the conclusion of this. This should be interesting. I want to say that Takeda is probably going to win. Based upon the fact that he now used both his arms. We'll see how he, pulls it off. And tell me what you guys think. Comments below. You know the story. A lot of people don't like Kenichi because of the fan service. I've been talking with one person in particular. King of Lightning. Because every page, and I think he does it a little bit worse than Hero, to be honest with you. Every page is a girl in a swimsuit. So far. Every fucking cover page. It's just like... But we'll see. We'll see. This should be interesting. I want to see how this concludes this fight. So, yeah. And that's all I got for you guys. So, this is Bonkai 922. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think that if Takeda didn't take off that, that thing, would he have definitely lost? What do you guys think about this chapter? Comments below. You know the story. I think this was an interesting fight. So, submission man against a boxer. We'll see. We'll see you guys later.